One thing I get asked a lot is how do you keep your chickens laying throughout the winter? We get pretty bad winters here. We're in southern Ontario in Canada, so our winters are bad. Okay, let's go feed the chickens, give them some layer feed. So we try to give them 2 big scoops a day, and then the rest they'll free range. Now, one trick we learned is that we should hang up the bucket and tie it up to the roof there in the ceiling so that it's off the ground. And we find that creates a lot less mess, and it saves a lot of the feed from getting all over the ground and from them trampling and pooping on it. Then we keep all of their feed in this old goat house here that we have, a tiny little goat barn we built the first year we were here. We found that it actually serves better for when we have new animals that we want to incubate for a little while, and also to store the feed in, especially in the winter when it's cold and wet. We keep it in there. We also have this old metal shed back here, and we also use that to keep some of our extra feed, buckets, equipment, tools, and things like that. We can get up to -20 Celsius pretty frequently. So how do we keep them laying when the sun is setting at 4:30 p.m. and it's really cold throughout the winter? Here's my kitty friend again. Hey buddy, come here. Come here. He's such a cute cat. So one of the main things you have to do if you want to keep your layers producing eggs throughout the winter is supplemental lighting. Chickens do not need any extra heat in the winter. Chickens can handle cold weather. Don't worry about insulating or putting extra heat. They do not need that. We've been keeping chickens for over 10 years. We've never had supplemental heat. Only time we give the chickens heat is when they're chicks and they just don't have their feathers in yet. Once they get their feathers in, they can survive the winter fine. Supplemental lighting, one of the things I'll be installing in here because it's very, very cost effective, is just some Christmas string lights. The white ones, don't get the colored ones, just the white Christmas string lights. The biggest issue we have here is that we don't have electricity down here, so we do have to run extension cords, unfortunately. So I try to purchase, more solar powered things lately because that's gonna help having to avoid using electricity. The chickens need between 14 and 16 hours of light in order to produce their eggs. So all of my hens are laying now. However, we're not getting eggs from all of them because the season just changed and now we're getting nighttime at 4:30 p.m. So I'm going to have to do the supplemental lighting in order to keep my chickens laying. They just won't lay unless they get at least 14 to 16 hours of light. You don't want them to get any more than 16 hours of light because that means they're not getting enough sleep. And you want your chickens to be healthy and happy so that they get enough sleep and enough light so that you're not stressing them too much. Basically, you need to increase the lighting. So you're gonna wanna at least give them 2 to 3 hours extra of lighting, probably even 4, depending on, how good they're laying and how old your chickens are. If your chickens are above like 4 years old, you're not gonna get an egg from them every day, because after 4 to 5, they're at the tail end of laying. So anything over 5 years old, don't expect an egg every day. But if your chickens are under 5, which mostly all mine are, you should be getting an egg every day, especially if they're a good egg laying breed. This is why we have the barred Plymouth Rocks. They are an amazing egg layer, and they're also a dual purpose bird, which means you can also raise them for meat and use them as a meat bird as well. So they're awesome like that. So set up your string light, your Christmas light, low wattage light bulb that you can have come on. Chickens need a lot of light to produce eggs, at least 14 hours, or they may not lay every day. So just install a small little string light, just hang it in your coop, on the wall, or hang it in the ceiling somewhere where the chickens won't get to it, and keep it out of their way. Don't put it on the ground or anything, just keep it out of their way. Make sure you put your string light on a timer. Do not leave that light on all the time. Your chickens will get stressed out, and that will cause health issues, and they may even pass away because they cannot stay up 24 hours a day, just like you can't. So make sure you're giving them about 14 hours of light, which means you're going to put a string light or a light bulb. It doesn't need to be a heated light. Don't worry about that. Just a regular light bulb. Just keep it out of their way. Make sure you install it with some screws, and you keep it out of their way in the top of the coop somewhere. And you're just going to put that on a timer. So you're giving them an extra 3 hours. With that alone, you're going to see your egg production increase drastically. And this is just the beginning of the winter, guys. So it's gonna get a lot colder, a lot snowier, and a lot icier before we know it. All right, guys, well, this is where I'm gonna leave you. I thought I'd give you just a few tips on increasing your egg production. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay peaceful.
I can't believe that it's only been 1.5 years since we've moved to our new homestead. Jesse and I have done so much work on the property that it's practically unrecognizable. Even our neighbors are in awe of how much we've done in the short time we've been here. We've transformed the land and turned it into a beautiful, thriving homestead. We hope you come along to laugh, learn, and keep growing here on our hillside homestead.